Welcome back. You're watching and listening to Breakfast with Stephen and Angela.
Time for the papers this morning. We'll start with the Times, should we? It has its investigation into British Gas, who, through an intermediary, broke into vulnerable people's homes to force fit prepayment meters.
The Guardian leads with Shell's profit announcement, which the TUC union has called obscene.
The Express says the Bank of England's forecast on the UK economy is looking optimistic.
While the Daily Mail leads with the disappearance of Nicola Bulley, the Lancashire one. In Lancashire, it's 1 week on since she disappeared.
Yeah, it is. OK, let's go through the papers then with journalist and playwright Emma Burnell and comedian Leo Kearse. Good to see you both. Leo, let's start with the Times. Should we be looking at Dominic Raab?
That's right, yeah. So the bullying accusations against Dominic Raab are still rumbling on. There have been dozens of official complaints made, and now people are saying that Rishi Sunak would have known, he was informed in writing about these bullying accusations before he reappointed Dominic Raab as Justice Secretary. I just can't believe that adults are complaining about bullying. You know what I mean? Imagine being over the age of 7 and running to teacher saying that somebody had given you, a dead arm or whatever they're doing. I mean, I've seen some of the things. Apparently, he threw tomatoes. Somebody gave him a salad with tomatoes in it, and he threw the tomatoes at them. This is very sort of Naomi Campbell, type behaviour. Very prima donna-ish.
I don't know if I'd call it bullying.
Yeah, that's just assault with a tomato.
So,
yeah, but there have been other things. We saw the text messages that he sent to someone. I mean, he does sound like a piece of work, but I mean, he's got a very stressful position. I think people at the highest offices of the land should be allowed to vent a little bit, and they need to throw their weight around to get things done. In fact, maybe we need more of it.
You sound as if you think that perhaps too many of the people with whom he works are snowflakes.
They are total snowflakes, just melting under the weight of a couple of tomatoes being thrown at their face.
I think it's a bit more serious than that, but I get your point.
Emma.
I mean, the thing is, I've worked for good bosses and I've worked for bad bosses, and I know which got more out of me. So as a taxpayer, I want this to be a productive work environment, and it doesn't sound like this one. If your boss is a word I won't use at this time in the morning, then you go on go slow. Everyone knows that you give as much as you have to. I have bosses who I've wanted to impress. I give a lot more. So it's actually just whether you want to call it bullying or bad behaviour, whatever. There are questions about what Rishi Sunak knew and when, because if there was a complaints thing already in process, and he said that he didn't know about it. Rishi Sunak seems to be the world's most oblivious Prime Minister. Doesn't seem to know about anything. But also, frankly, Dominic Raab is not doing his job well. As a taxpayer, I want someone you get more flies with honey than vinegar. Do your job better. Don't make your staff feel like that and therefore feel like they're not going to do their best.
I disagree. I think people work harder when you crack the whip. That's why I was up at 4 a.m. this morning.
Well, no,
I was up because these two are so lovely.
I believe Leo more than you on that one. Let's have a look at the Mail, Emma, should we? They've taken a prisoner in Plymouth.
They have. It's a very, very serious crime story. A spree. In fact, a swan spree. There is a wonderful picture in the Mail of a swan in the back of a squad car.
Did they read its rights, I wonder, before they put it in?
Isn't that fabulous? It's been captured, taken prisoner, taken to the vets against its will. I mean, they've said there, it's like Hot Fuzz, which is a wonderful, wonderful film. It's the most West Country story we could possibly have come up with. Don't they also, am I right in thinking that one of the nicknames for the police is the Beak? So maybe he's just confused about which side of the police car it should be in.
Oh, bless. What had he done wrong then?
Well, I think he was just roaming the streets and clearly...
lost?
I mean, I think, to be fair, I think the police are doing a good bit of community service
so
here.
They took him to the vets.
They took him to the vets and made sure that he was going to be all right.
And swans are notoriously violent. I mean, I remember as a kid being told that swans will break your arm.
Yeah.
I never met anybody who had their arm broken by a swan.
My grandpa.
Really?
I know this show's been a bit about my grandpa this morning, but he genuinely had his arm broken by a swan.
What was he doing to the swan?
Well, I haven't asked that question. Now I never can, unfortunately.
Well, Plymouth is my hometown, so it's quite nice for it to get a mention today, isn't it, actually? Leo, now, You've got a really bonkers story here.
Yeah.
A father who lost custody of his young daughter after leaving an Alexa to babysit while he went on a pub crawl with his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
What was the Alexa supposed to do? I mean, when the baby went, yeah, was it supposed to say, "Calm down, darling"? I mean, what was the point?
So this is an Alexa with a camera in it, so he could keep an eye on his 5-year-old daughter. Although he couldn't actually do anything. Maybe he could talk. But yeah, obviously. Well, some people are saying he's a terrible parent. I think he's a visionary. He's harnessed technology. He's the Steve Jobs of child rearing. This is he's obviously a terrible man.
Come on, Leo, you're having us on.
To compound the awfulness, he was actually. This was only found out because he got caught strangling his girlfriend in the garden after the drinking session. So yeah, not
Probably
a great
should have
guy.
switched the Alexa off.
This is a terrible story.
He should be in the police car next to that swan, to be honest.
Yeah. With the swan.
Yeah.
He can break his
No,
arm.
no. He might try to strangle the swan.
It's got a lot of neck to grip onto.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Well, I don't know if this gentleman has been charged with anything or not.
He's got a 2-year suspended sentence.
Oh, so he has been convicted.
Yes.
Yeah, but not very much. I mean, a suspended sentence isn't.
Oh, I just
Well-
no. Oh, come on! If you've got children, you cannot leave them with a bit of IT in the house. You can't. You've got to be there for them because if something terrible happens, you've got to be on the spot to deal with it.
Absolutely.
And also, children don't want to talk to a machine; they want to talk to a human being.
No.
Oh no! I'm not in favour of this.
I quite happy.
You don't want to talk to anybody this morning. Not your neighbours, not your kids.
I'm quite happy to talk to my Alexa. It's very good.
But you haven't got a baby that you've left with it.
No, the cat.
You've got the cat.
No, the cat.
Well, the cat. Maybe the cat has conversations with it when you're not there.
If you meow at it, it meows back.
Does it? Oh, crikey!
Yeah. You can do that, yeah. Anyway, moving on. What's Stonehenge of the North, Emma?
Yeah, so there's this incredible historic site of 3 henges outside of Ripon in North Yorkshire.
There you go.
And it's been saved to the nation. So there's been a deal struck between, I think it's Historic England and Tarmac, who I think own the site, and they've now gifted it to the nation.
They're not going to pay.
And it will now be open to the general public to go and visit. And this is a huge part of our ancient history. This is sort of druidical, real kind of old Britain. I love this period. I've just finished reading the last in a series of novels all based around a henge that was from a long time ago.
By your grandfather, were they?
No.
Thank heavens.
He did write books, but no.
Oh, here we go.
It's not quite as good as Stonehenge, is it?
It's not, but
Stonehenge has got the stones, not just the
But
henge.
we don't know what's under, because obviously if these are 2,000 years old, they will be buried.
Can we
So
dig
there
it
could
up?
well be a henge underneath it. We could
Tarmac have got some bulldozers.
Yeah.
You are savages. You don't do that.
That's not how you do archaeology.
But they've opened it to the public now.
They have,
But they're going to have to be very careful because henges, as you say, they haven't got any stones. It's soil and it's soil banks when you've got a henge. So you're going to have to be very, very careful with it.
And they probably will have people going in at certain times and doing some proper, depth analysis and seeing what's underneath, because this is all such an important part of learning about our history, and it's great that it's open to the public to do that as well.
Yeah. No, I agree.
No, Tarmac are not going to tarmac over it. Definitely not. Leo, Netflix. This story's been around for a while, but they're sort of galvanising what they're going to do now, aren't they?
That's right. So Netflix for a while have been saying they're going to crack down on people sharing passwords. Apparently 100 million households that use Netflix are sharing their password with people outside the household, including my mum, who shares her password with me. So I'm worried about this. This is going to cost me...
Cheapskate.
Yeah, I'm Scottish. But yes, they've revealed how they're going to do it. I think they accidentally revealed this. They're going to go they're going to trace people's IP addresses and their device IDs, and then if people are using devices outside the home, they're going to send them warnings and then shut down their accounts. But this is a bit worrying if you travel.
It's fair enough, though.
No, what if you're in a hotel in a travel lodge somewhere and you want to log on and watch a bit of Bridgerton and you can't because Netflix thinks you're somebody else?
But if you can do it on your mobile, as long as it's on your mobile, it won't matter.
Or on your iPad.
What if you've got exactly? What if you've got lots of devices? They're going to limit how many devices. I don't know. I mean, I think people.
Well, interestingly, I got an email from Netflix yesterday saying they were, because I was wondering about this, saying they're increasing the number of devices you can watch on at the same time from 4 to 6.
Wow.
But they've all got to be in the house.
Right.
Oh, do you mean you can only watch them when you're in the house? Or
So you can't take it off to a Travelodge or whatever?
You must be able to.
I mean, you'd think so. I mean, Netflix is not cheap. I mean, to be fair, neither are the dramas they put out. Those big, lavish productions need to be paid for. But, you know, you've got... it feels unworkable to me. Unenforceable.
Yeah.
Like, you can see how they can maybe work out that somebody's taking the mick, but... let's say someone guesses your, because most people's password are password 1234. Mine's not, by the way. But you know, if someone guesses your password, how do you enforce that on the person whose password's been guessed?
Maybe they could put prepayment meters on people's tablets.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think it's... I mean...
do you know what? I would love to get inside the world of Leo, because... I'm quite interested to know what is going on inside that head after everything you've said this morning. And I do have to keep reminding myself he is a comedian.
I tell you what, though...
So you just have to look at his shirt.
Lost for words, which is marvellous. No, I don't blame Netflix for this, because it's, you know, business model and all the rest of it. People are getting it all for basically nothing. My parents use mine.
I don't blame them for trying. I just don't know how they're going to manage it.
The magic they can do with an IP address. Like, you can't watch BBC iPlayer if you're in Spain, for example, because it says, no, you're not in the UK, you can't watch it.
Oh, you've both given us so much to think about and laugh about this morning. Thank you both, Leo.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Right, now get out. Thank you very much indeed.
Subtle.
What do we put up with in the morning?